on YouTube. It's Killswitch here. So basically today it's going to be a new Caw Making Society video. I'm going to show you guys how to make a decent, good looking core. You know, it's going to look a bit like a beast basically. The paint tools, if you look at my paint tool tutorial on the masks, that one's used, and I literally went and made like a tights paint tool within like 5 minutes. You know, you can go and look at one of my other paint tool tutorials if you want to like take guidelines from that. So right now, as you can see, I'm just editing the face a little bit. I don't feel that you should well, in my opinion, I don't need to modify a face that much because I mean, this isn't my like actual face. This is just for the benefit of you guys, of like how to modify a face realistically. But you know, the cores that I use, you know, it doesn't take that much modifying until it actually looks like my face. So, but yeah, I mean, I would advise you guys like do face morphing, just because like it makes it your own thing. I mean, if you just make a generic face, you know, and then wax some fucking blue tattoos and some shoes and some underwear, I mean, it's gonna look pretty shit. So I'd advise you to like mess around with all the features that they give you. I mean, as much as you think that this game is really shit, the more you mess around with it and the more you play around with the settings that you have, the more that it's actually really good, and the stuff that they give you in the core modes are awesome. It's one of the reasons why I actually still play this game. Just the core mode that they've brought in over the last few years has just been incredible. The experience they give you, I mean, I can spend hours and days on like just the one core. I mean, even on Paint Tool I can spend like 2 or 3 hours just messing around with that, seeing what I can make. You know, I'm sure you guys have seen that I've made like the Mario mushroom. You know, just messing around with that, like, I know the gameplay in this game is really like awful. It's not that bad, but I wouldn't say it's one of the best games I've played. I don't think anyone would. But you know, like I said, you gotta play with what you've given you. Well, you gotta. You've basically gotta use what they give you. You can't just say, "Oh, this game's shit." You know, they need to put something else in. You know, we've got to wait a whole year for another game, so you might as well just stick with it. And you know, if you don't like something in core mode, like you don't like create finisher, then use one of the default ones, like use a wrestler's finisher. Yeah, I'm not that big a fan of create finisher. You know, the top rope moves, like you could do like the hesitation 450 that Justin Gabriel uses. That is on community creations if you search Killswitch or hesitation 450. I mean, I made that a couple of weeks ago. And like you can make a lot of like independent circuit wrestlers finishes. So like you can make Kazarian's flux capacitor. I mean, that's also my community creations. So right now, literally just putting on the mask that I used for the paint tool tutorial. That I'm sure you guys, if you look at my channel, you can find it. There are I'm quite a fan of face paint. I like my masks. I absolutely love Mexican wrestling just because the attires they have are fucking insane. Compared to WWE, it's all like the same attire. Like you've got tights on or underwear, and it just gets boring. So like with the masks, it just makes it unique, and you have that style of, you know, that no one else has that mask. So as I said in the tutorial, like you can add other face paints to make the paint tool look even better. So I put on the two flame kind of looking face paints. I'm just taking one to cover up the eyes because there's a bit left out. So I'm just covering that up now. The trick I use in this game is to use the move option. So this allows you to put layers behind like other layers in that sense. So I'm going to put the paint tool in front of the two flare paint tools, and I think I put it behind another one. Yeah. So there you can see that I've used that. It does get changed later, so I would advise you all keep watching because it doesn't look that good now, but it will do in a couple of minutes. So as I was saying, you know, this core mode is just as good as it gets, really. In WWE 12, I'm not sure they can better it unless they bring back old things from old games, like I know a couple of people have been wanting the Goku hair. I know Guns was talking to me about that the other day. That would, I can't remember what game that was in. I think it was Here Comes the Pain. I mean, that was a fucking awesome hairstyle. They like stuff like that they need to put back in. But yeah, a lot of people complain about this game, saying it's really bad. It's not actually that bad. It's just annoying at times. So this is the paint tool that I'm using. I literally created it in about 5 minutes. It didn't take me that long. It's literally a couple. It's hard to describe unless you've watched my other tutorials. So I'd advise you go and watch that first before you watch this video. Or you can just create your own and then use this as a guide. Now what I just did there was to make sure that the two paint tools on either side of the top are the exact same size, rather than just guessing. That is usually the way that I would make sure that they look better. Color combos. It's quite hard to say. These are what I would consider to be like the best color combinations. So you'd have like purple and yellow go really well together, grey and yellow really go well together, stuff like that. I find it, like, say if you used green and blue, they're not really like standing out to you. So like, say if you did a paint tool, I'd use blue and white with the blue being on the outside, just to give it that better look. It's kind of obvious what looks good and what doesn't. I mean, you shouldn't, like, using purple and red. I mean, it's really hard to use colors like that. So yeah, I'd advise you guys to like choose your colors carefully. Also, for your tattoos, having blue tattoos is just unless you've seen a guy walking around the streets with blue tattoos, then fair enough. But from my recognition, I've never ever seen a guy walking around with like the bluest of tattoos. I mean, they're all pretty black and faded, or they've got colour on them. I'll be honest, I'm not the best tattoo designer in this game. I know a lot of people like Stigma and Two Twisted Merc, they've all got like tattoo tutorials, or they're really good at them. I find that I really struggle to do them just because I prefer to use the designs. I know that doesn't make me sound like the best core maker, but I think I make them look pretty good because I merge them together to be one, rather than just have like one here and there. So I wouldn't, unless you guys want to do tattoos, then I'd go and see their videos. But I just use like the designs that they give me. It does benefit me in a way because it means I can have the mask and the tights designs for 256 pixels. So like, I know maybe if I use 156, then that might be easy for me, but hey ho. So right now I'm just messing around with all the like the length and width of all the body parts of my guy. I do end up changing all this stuff quite a lot, so just bear with me. I'll fast forward it just so we can get to the end quicker. Okay, so right now I'm just, as you can see, I've just changed the hairstyle. I've done all the body morphing, so what I've done is changed the hairstyle to a white colour. I mean, it looks pretty fucking awesome. I'm just changing the background of the face, so I don't think it went that well. So I'm going to change that to black. So as you can see, it kind of looks better already because the hair is white. So it gives it that bit much of an outstanding look, and then change these little bits to white so they come out a lot much better. So right now I'm just going to add all the accessories, so like piercings and all the arm wear. So yeah, I mean, this call took me like however long this video is, so I'm not really that fussed about like what goes where and how how good you modify your core. I always know what I want from the thing I'm going to make, so it doesn't really take me that long to make cores. And I've got like, I must have around 60 cores by now. Just because like, I'm just quick with the controls. I mean, I know what I want. I know what I want my guy to look like. I know what I want him to wear. I'm always good with these color combinations. I mean, I don't think I've ever spent like a whole day on a core. Maybe that's why my cores lack a little something. I mean, a lot of people have said that they're not amazing, which is, you know, it's a fair comment. I'll admit I'm not the best core maker ever. I'll admit that I'm not the best paint tool maker ever, but you know, I'd like to think I'm pretty good at it. Maybe not as good as others, but hey ho, you can't always be the best at everything, unfortunately. I mean, a lot of people complain that you can't do much in core, and I think that's bollocks. I know that's a really English thing to say. I mean, it's bollocks, man. It's fucking bollocks. But you know, as you can see, like with a couple of changes, like my guy's already become like looking fucking awesome. I think as long as you like edit as you go and you like with the paint tool, like, I always say you should draw as you go, and you should always. And you know, if you want to draw something that's planned, like a logo or a sports team emblem, I mean, like, go for it. But if you want to draw something freehand, then you just gotta sit there and just go with what they give you. It's the same with the cores. I mean, you know. So I'm just doing the finishing touches. So like putting the gloves on, the arm wear, the elbow pads, and I think just about now I start putting the tattoos on. Here we go. So as I said, I really don't like doing it on paint tool because I'm really bad at it. But so right now I think I use the Tiger. Now what I do is rotate it because I noticed the other day that when you use torso, it goes through the arm and onto the back, so you can have like a back and torso tattoo at like the same time, which is pretty fucking awesome. So now I always use the same color picker, 15, 150 and 110. That's always like the best, because then as you see it fades a minute. There we go. So it's pretty faded already. You can have it darker, so you just put the darkness a little lower than 110. So right now I'm just going to put the last tattoo on, which I believe is a spider net. There we go. So just a quick note. If anyone's got any requests, please put a comment on my profile or send me a message on YouTube or put a comment below, because I'm only doing this video because I got a couple of requests for it, for tattoos and how I make my paws in the recent times rather than the old, the one I made before this. I mean, if you got any questions, guys, give me a shout. So yeah, I'll let this video finish because I'm pretty much finished off. If I get enough comments on it requesting it, then I'll put the paint tools and the core on community creations. So I will catch you guys in another tutorial. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and subscribe to the FAM channel. That is the clan that I'm a part of. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.